Good morning, all. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Great. So we'll get
Yeah.
started, guys. Please excuse me, I'm not feeling well, so might cough, suffering with mouth ulcer, so you might feel somewhere I'm not pronouncing few words properly, right? So please bear with me for that. But today we are going to cover practical things, so that won't matter much, right? I say good quorum today, though I was expecting more because today we are going to do very important practicals. As in, not we are not going to finish it today, but today we are going to start, and I'm hoping that today and tomorrow we will finish them. So what we are going to do today and tomorrow is VNet pairing. I know I have already done that, but that time I didn't explain things. I did not show you with practical. That was just the overview. Initially, we checked what is VNet, theory part, subnet, theory. I did show you a little bit overview of VNet pairing, but it wasn't in depth that we are going to cover today. Then we covered NSGs in last session, so we are going to take the uh, same order. Today we are going to start practicals with VNet, subnet, VNet pairing, VPN. I mean, it's a lot. I don't think so. We are going to cover NSG today or tomorrow, but this is the order we are going to take. So maybe next week we are going to cover the NSG practicals, right? So let's get started. I won't be wasting much time. Sorry. I won't be wasting much time because we have a lot to cover, and all these things they take a lot of time to when it comes to practical. These resources are not like virtual machine which will get immediately created. It takes time. So let's get started. Anyone has any doubt, any questions? Meanwhile, people who joined the session, who went through the notes, etc. I shared some questions also. Any doubts, any questions?
Hello, sir. I'm just joining for the first time, sir.
Yes, yes,
Hello,
Paul, I can see that.
so I have a lot questions.
Then what we'll do, Paul, you can go ahead the recordings, go ahead and watch the recordings first. And then if you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, yeah. For the recordings, I think some videos were not on YouTube, so I couldn't.
They are, they
There are
are.
some.
If you're not able to access, ping me on WhatsApp. I'll let you know how to do that. Nowadays, I've made them public, so they are available for everyone.
Yeah,
If
some
not,
videos
maybe
are not.
you can share your email address and I'll give you the access.
Okay. I will share my email address because
Wait.
I checked the YouTube. Some videos were hidden,
Mm-hmm.
while some videos.
Sure. No, no, no worries. We'll figure it out. I'll ask someone from the
Okay.
team to get in touch with you, and we'll figure it out. We'll make sure that you get the access to all the videos.
Yeah. Then the notes in Corsa, the notes, the documents. I will
We'll do
share
that
them.
also. Don't worry. One note. This one, right?
Yeah. Thank you,
Sure.
sir.
We'll arrange both the accesses to you. Yes, guys. Anyone else has any question? Okay. If not, let's get started. Right. So, guys, very basic things. I'll quickly repeat. VNets, can they talk to each other by default? Yes, yes.
No,
VNets,
no,
they can't, right? VNets
yes,
cannot talk to each other. Are you talking about the default behavior? What about subnets? Can they talk to each other? Yes,
yes,
subnets.
within the same unit, yes.
Yes, subnets. Okay, I'll mention that. I mean, though it is implied, but yes, subnets within the same VNet can talk to each other by default. We don't have to do anything extra. Uh, is this connection transitive? Is this connection transitive or not? What do you mean by transitive? That, for example, if I manage somehow, these two virtual networks to talk to each other, right? By doing VNet pairing, if I make these two virtual networks, UT-Kloud VNet and Tsoft VNet, if I make them talk to each other using VNet pairing, so do I have to do anything separately for these subnets to talk to each other? For example, subnet 1 to subnet A, subnet 2 to subnet B, subnet 3 to subnet C, or subnet C to subnet 1 XYZ. Do I have to do anything extra, or will it happen automatically?
So post VNet peering, it will automatically communicate.
Right.
No
So this is
additional like that.
the connection is transitive for subnets. Okay. Next question. Is connection transitive for VNets? For example, I have I have two VNets. Sorry. Let's imagine that I've got third VNet here. Okay. Now I have VNet pairing between these two VNets, and they are able to talk to each other. Right? These two are able to talk to each other. Now let's say I get one more VNet. Here it is. I get one more VNet, and now I do the pairing of this VNet from here to here. Right? Now these two are connected. These two are connected. Does it mean that these two can talk to each other by default? That is called transitive. So is VNet pairing transitive in nature?
No,
No.
What about others other than Vishnu sir? Are you guys getting it? Are you getting my questions? Concepts clear to you? Yes, guys? Any doubts?
Yes,
Any
it's clear.
questions? Right. Right. So all answers are correct. VNets are not transitive in nature. However, subnets are. I mean, once any subnet is connected to any subnet, other subnets will follow automatically. But doesn't happen uh, in VNet. This is default nature we are discussing. Can we do it if business requirement is there? Of course, we can do it. We are going to see that. Right. So let's get started. Very quick thing, very first thing. Let's try to communicate between two machines, right? Which are in same subnet. Here, these two machines. I have simply just created machines. I didn't do any settings, so we'll do that together. Even you guys will get idea. But to save time, I have prepared some machines. Right? So if I go here and check how many virtual networks do I have VNet 1, VNet 2, which is in India. This is in East US, VNet 3, which is in East US. My aim here is to go ahead and check which VNet has multiple subnets and multiple machines. So if I know this VNet has, right? So I'll go ahead here. I'll pick a machine which is there on VNet 1. By the way, if I want to check from here that how many machines or which machines are there on this VNet, where can I do that? Yes, guys, I want to see, I came here and I see that this virtual network has three subnets: prod, dev, test, right? So I think this will have machines, and I can see, look at this. CIDR 24, how many IPs do we get? Total IPs
total 256,
usable?
usable 250,
251 actually.
251.
Yes,
Ah,
minus
right,
5 is the
251.
formula. But
Correct.
here I see CIDR is 24, CIDR is 24, and available IPs are 250, 250, which means both of these subnets, they
One
have
machine
used
is there.
one each. So one resource is there. Not sure if it is machine, but one resource is there. Now in good hope, I'm thinking
True.
that it could be a machine. Now I want to check what are the connected resources to this VNet. How can I check?
Okay.
Anyone other
So
than
in
Vishnu
this,
sir? Other than you, sir? Anyone? Heather, would you like to answer? Where can I check? Sorry.
Connected devices,
Yes,
let me.
connected devices. Here it is, guys. It is simple. It was already there. And here I will see these two interface. These are NIC, and we know as of now, we have seen NIC can only be attached with VM. As of now, we are going to see other concepts later. But if this is a NIC, it has to be a machine. So I know that there are two machines, and still, if I want to go ahead, I'll go ahead and check this NIC whether it is connected to a storage account or a machine. Right? If I click on this here, I will come to know. Okay, this is attached to a virtual machine. Attached to a virtual machine. And now I know that, okay, there are two virtual machines. And this is how you can check. So I'll quickly go back. I'm not waiting for that page to come up. Right? And that's not the only way to check. There are many ways. I mean, you will have your you will have your inventory, you will have your database. There are many things. It's not a big task, rocket science, to check that there are two machines, which two machines are in same VNet. And here also you can see these two machines are VNet 1, VNet 1, right? Now they could be in different subnet or same subnet. That's a different thing. Let's check. Now our aim is to check two machines if they can talk to each other if they are in different subnet. I know they are in different subnet because I created them. So we are going ahead and picking these two machines. VNet 1, it is in dev subnet. VNet 1 VM, it's in prod subnet. So they are in different subnets. Today we are going to do practical, so most of the time, I mean, no theory part you're going to see. I'll be speaking less. Most of the time, you guys can focus on clicks. What am I doing? Right? What options am I selecting? If you can't see it properly, let me know. See, if this is a dev subnet, okay? This machine is in dev subnet. What will be the IP range of this? VNet 1, the machine which is there in dev subnet. I want you to tell me what will be the IP of that machine. That is the first resource of that subnet. So what will be the IP of my machine, dev machine? I'm talking about private IPs, guys. Public IP we have only because I want to access and show you something. Otherwise, public IP will not be there. Everything will be dealt on private IP. Okay. So what this machine, VNet 1 dev VM, what will be the IP address of this machine? Looking at this, who can answer?
10.0 dot
0.1.4.
1.4, right? Simple. Similarly, prod ka hoga, prod will be 0.4 and it is 1.4. Why? Because I specifically told you this is the first machine. If it could have been second, third, or maybe you don't know how many resources are there, then you won't be able to guess, but you will be able to at least say it surely that the range will be 10.0.1.0. This is the range. In this range, it could be anything. It could be 4, 5, 10. You don't know how many resources, even if you know, let's say 100 and out of 250, 100 have been used. So you don't know next kitna aega exactly, right? Maybe there are some reserved, yeah, but you will know that this will be the range. So this you should be able to read looking at the diagram. I think our machines are up. Let's have a look. Here it is. They are running. So I'm going to take remote. Now, because I want to take remote, right? And I want to show you some settings. This is the reason. And because I'm using my personal laptop, right? This is not my office laptop. This is not my office setup. Hence, I need this private IP. Oh, sorry, this is public IP to take the remote. Otherwise, in office, you'll be able to connect with your office laptop directly using private IP. So no public IP. You will never ever see public IP on any machine ever. Unless it's a business requirement, that's a different thing. So now when I say that we are going to check if these two machines are talking to each other, what do you think which IP I'm going to ping to these machines? Public IP with public IP or private IP?
Private IP.
private
Yes,
to private.
obviously. Yes, obviously private IP. It went to my first screen. Give me 1 minute. I'll just drag it. Okay, I hope you guys can see the screen, right? Guys, can you see the machine?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's take remote to other machine. We have taken to dev VM. Now we're going to take remote. We're going to go ahead and take remote on prod VM. Again, I'm using public IP because I'm not connected to the same network. But the practical which we are going to do, it will be on private IP. I want two private IPs to communicate with each other. All of you, are you getting it, guys? What are we trying to do here? We're trying to ping these two machines with their private IPs. If I do it with public IP, will it happen? What do you think? If I ping this machine from this machine or this machine to this machine on public IP, will that work?
No.
Why not? Yeah, it will work. It is as good as you're accessing google.com. Internet is working on your machine. Public IP from here to here, it will directly work.
I guess ping should not work, right?
It will work.
Okay.
See, ping as in not necessary ping. Whenever I'm saying ping, guys, I mean the is connection is there. In actual world, ping is just a method to check. पिंग तो वैसे भी डायरेक्टली इस पे प्राइवेट पे भी नहीं चलेगा पिंग विल नॉट वर्क इन प्राइवेट आल्सो अनलेस आई डू सम सेटिंग्स आई block some firewall rules. It will not work on private IP also, right? But
Correct.
after you do that, it will work on public IP without any network connectivity, right? So let me close this. And here I go.
So this is for within the same VNet. We are trying.
Yes, this is same VNet, different subnets.
Okay. Okay. That will work.
Imagine these two machines we are talking about. There's a machine in subnet 1. In my case, that's a prod subnet. And let's say this one.
This one. Okay.
So we are trying to make these two machines talk to each other. Guys, clear to everyone? What are we doing? Yes, what about others other than Vishnu sir? Aragya, Danish, Hanif, Ibtisam,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Shagun, Priyanka, Tushar. I hope this is clear, right? Very important, guys. You will have many questions from this section.
Yes.
Hence, I am focusing much on this, right? So this is what we're trying to do. We are trying to make two machines talk to each other, which are in two different subnets. Same VNet, obviously, two different subnets. So let's go here and open PowerShell. To use ping, ping is nothing. It's a simple method which you can use to check the connectivity. You don't require your PowerShell in admin mode, but there is one more step which I'll have to do. Hence, I'm using admin mode. Now, let's check the IP address. What is the IP of this machine at the left side? Or I'll put the host name also. Instead of this machine, let's use the name. So host name is dev VM. What is the IP of dev VM? Spelling mistakes is there. What is the IP of prod VM meanwhile?
10.0.0.4.
0.4 and here it is 1.4. So from If I want to check if these two machines will communicate with each other, can I set up database here, application machine here? Will they talk to each other? Will they send data to each other? I need to check the connectivity first. So I'll go ahead and check whether I'm able to ping. Ping is nothing. They send some small packets. So I'm sending a packet from uh, this one from dev VM, which is 10.0.1.4 to 10.0.0.0.4. This is the ping command. I'm just putting hyphen T, so it will ping continue. Okay, let's do the simple ping command. Here it is. And from here, I'm going to ping 10.0.0. Sorry, 1.4. Looking at this reply, what do you think? Are they talking to each other or not?
No.
We are not.
And why are they not talking? Any idea? I mean, they are in different subnets, same VNet. Ideally, it showed whatever we have read, whatever we have discussed. They should talk to each other, right? Any idea? Did we do something wrong? Do I have to go to?
Firewall is not.
Yes, simple. You did not do anything wrong when it comes to Azure setting. But because you're using Windows, Windows has this internal firewall. You simply have to turn off the firewall. So I'm using this command to turn off all the firewalls. Here it is. Now the firewalls are off. And now let's check. Can you see? Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So these two machines, they are talking to each other. Now I'll keep this machine 10.1.4 and let's pick another machine. Prod VM I'm keeping, dev VM I'll shut down, or I'll just let it run, and I'll pick some other VM from another VNet. The other VNet is VNet 3. Let's go ahead with VNet 3 or VNet 2. Okay, I'm keeping one machine from VNet 1. Here it is, prod VM, and now I'm picking this machine, VNet 2, India machine. It's in India. It's uh, Central India is the location for this machine, which means by default the virtual network is also in Central India. Right. So now we are going to see if these two machines are talking to each other. So I'm starting the machine. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and check this configuration. So this machine is a part of VNet 2 India, and this is the VNet. What is the address space? 192.168.0.0. Let's check how many subnets are there. There are 3 subnets. I'll go back and check again. See, it says virtual machine, virtual network slash subnet, which means this information is giving you both the information. So can someone tell me the virtual network name and subnet name here? What is the virtual network name? First, tell me the virtual network name for this machine.
It's VNet 2 hyphen India.
VNet 2 hyphen India. It's the virtual network name. What is the subnet name?
That is VNet 2 India hyphen test.
Yes. So now I know where my machine is. Right. There are 3 subnets: test, dev, and prod. My machine is in test. Otherwise, it would have been easier again just by looking at the IP. But now we have only one uh, machine, hence it is easy. Otherwise, that approach is not usable. So what will be the IP or address of this machine? Private IP?
192.168.2.4.
Perfect.
Uh,
Let's see if that machine is up. Okay, looks like this machine is running. So I'll go ahead and take the remote of this machine also. I'll be going a bit fast, guys, but if you don't understand something, please feel free to stop and ask me. These are important topics. So now we will be pinging from here to the other machine. Okay, now we already know that sorry, we already know that unless we turn off the firewall, it won't work. So I'm already doing it, turning off the firewall. Okay, let's check the host name, IP address, IP address. So from here, I'm going to ping. By the way, if you take Linux machine, you won't even have to turn off firewall or anything. But Linux machine, you'll have to install few tools, and it becomes difficult. Hence, I'm taking Windows machine, so it is easier for you to understand. And as an admin, as a cloud admin, you don't have to worry about firewall. You should be sure that you have done your configuration correctly on the portal side and still not pinging. You can ask your Windows team, can you please go ahead and check the settings at OS level, Windows team or Linux team. But here we are doing everything because we should know. So we are going to ping these machines. What do you think? Will it ping or not? I've turned off the firewall.
It should ping.
It will not. Definitely it will not.
No, no.
Because these are in two different virtual networks, right? By
Acha,
the way,
okay. Okay.
hyphen T. Why am I putting hyphen T? If I don't put hyphen T, it will only ping for 4 times and that will stop. It will give you the result, whether pass or fail, right? But if I do hyphen T, it will continuous ping, irrespective of fail or pass. It will keep pinging. So at least I will know what is the result, whether it starts pinging or not, right? So I'm going to do that.
The IP address is wrong here.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. And as it is not taking, I think. Yeah. 192.168 2.4 it is, right? And here it's 1.4. Correct? Both side 1.4. This machine we are pinging from here 192.168 2.4. It has started the process, but is it pinging each other? Do you see the connectivity?
No.
Right. If I didn't put that hyphen T, it will try it for 4 times and then it will stop. Then again, after if I do the VNet pairing, I'll have to come back and do the ping. Hence, I used hyphen T command. What it will do, it will keep pinging irrespective of the status. Failure or success, it will keep pinging. So we'll leave it as it is now. And now we're going to go ahead to the portal, do the pairing, and come back to this machine. So very first thing, let me open this video. What are we trying to do here now, guys? We are trying to ping this machine to this machine. It could be any subnet. Doesn't matter. ये subnet से यहाँ पर, it doesn't matter. But did you understand what are we trying to do? Ignore all this. This I'm going to explain later. This one diagram we are using for multi-purpose. So is this clear? Is this point clear? What are we doing now? We're trying to communicate with VM4 to VMF, which are in two different virtual networks. And VNets cannot talk to each other. This is default nature I have written. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yes.
Right. So let's go ahead and do the VNet pairing. Here it is. They are not pinging to each other. Now, this is a part of VNet 1, this machine, and this is a part of VNet 2. VNet 1, VNet 2. So these are the VNets where I have to perform VNet pairing. I'll go ahead and search VNets, or I can go from machine and search VNet also. But now I'm familiar with the name, hence I know these two are the VNets which are in question. So click on any one of them. Doesn't matter which, anyone. I clicked here, right? Once I'm here, I can again check the name, etc. I find it correct. Okay, this is the virtual network we are talking about. And under here in settings, you will find uh, peering. We have done this already. I'm explaining it again. Right under settings here, settings, we see peering. Do we see any peering? No. Click on add. Where am I? I am on VNet 1. So now it is asking me to configure that I'm on VNet 1. But what is it asking me to configure? It is asking me to remote virtual network summary. I'm sitting on VNet 1. Which is my remote virtual network then? Yes, yes, I'm planning to do peering between VNet 1 and VNet 2. And I'm sitting on VNet 1. So which is my remote virtual network?
VNet
VNet,
2.
VNet
yes,
VNet 2.
VNet 1 पे तो मैं click कर आया हूँ, right? VNet 1 is the sorry place where I clicked and I came here. So VNet 2. Peering name, it can be anything by the way. VNet 2 to VNet 1. We always go with resource manager. We don't use classic. Subscription. Are they in same subscription?
no.
Yes. Both of them are in same subscription, right? We didn't see anything in different subscription till now. These two VNets, they are in same subscription. I didn't even talk about the different subscription yet. Got it? But if it was in
Okay.
different subscription, we could have selected that. We are going to see that also. Don't worry. As of now, both of them are in same subscription. What is the virtual network you want to pair? VNet 2. I'm sitting on VNet 1 and I want to pair it with VNet 2. If I'm on VNet 1 and if I try to pair it VNet 1, what will happen? Select a different virtual network. A virtual network cannot pair with itself. They'll say you're already sitting on VNet 1. You can't pair VNet 1 with VNet 1. So I'm selecting VNet 2. Okay. Allow VNet 2 to access VNet 1. Keep it this yes. By the way, pairing can be one-sided also. I can have that feature where I want ping to come from this machine to this machine only and not from this machine to this machine. That you can achieve. That setting is here. Here, what am I saying? VNet 2 to VNet 1. Do I want that? Yes, I want it. What is this forwarded? As of now, leave it. I'll explain it later. Now, configure the local. Which is local? I'm sitting on VNet 1. So VNet 1 to VNet 2. Again, allow VNet 1 to VNet 2. Yes, I can keep it like this, where only VNet 2 will ping to VNet 1 and VNet 1 will not ping back. It can happen. But that is not our aim now. Again, what is this forwarded traffic? We're going to see next practical. So these two, I'm keeping and click on add. I clicked on one VNet, but I configured both of them. If you see here, it is configuring VNet 1 and VNet 2 both. Earlier in classic version, we had an option or we had this drawback, I would say, not an option. It wasn't an option. We had to go on individual VNet and do it. Okay, now it is connected. Let's go and check. Can you see? It has started pinging. Okay, we have less than 30 seconds left, guys. I will be stopping the session, but this is our VNet pairing practical. If you guys have any doubts, any questions, or before we start the next practical in next session, I'll be taking those questions. But now I hope you guys can see these two machines are talking to each other. They are in different VNet and they are talking to each other. This VM is talking to this VM. I hope this is clear to everyone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's stop the session, rejoin without any break using the same link, and we'll continue. I'll take some questions on this and then we'll continue.